Hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu and welcome to A Cup to Heroes 2 Shoutcast. Everything seems to be paused. I guess it's because of the start of the game and everything's loading. We have a match today between Alexandru, the Soviet Union, and Itaperina, playing as the OKW, and we're on Road to Kharkov, I think is the name of the map. I'm really surprised I know that. If I know that. I don't even know if that's the name of the map. I am streaming live on twitch.tv/TychoCelchuuu. So totally follow me there if you ever want to see these things going in real-time strategy. And we have Focus Videos coming out for the OKW and conscripts coming out here. So no crazy Maxim spam, no crazy Kubel spam, which would both be live options you may recall from a previous match of Shoutcast. This is currently the top-ranked auto match game that you can watch. Or at least it was 3 minutes ago when I loaded it up and waited for the thing to start. So hopefully these players know what they're doing. I see no reason to imagine that they don't. KPen97 says Lend-Lease and then has a Twitch emote. Yeah, so we got Lend-Lease. I don't know. Is that not popular anymore? It's too exciting. Conscript support tactics. I haven't seen this for a while. And tank hunter tactics seems like a kind of a cool sort of a thing. What do we have over here? Scavenge Doctrine, Fortifications Doctrine, Special Operations Doctrine. Great. Why does anybody ever pick Fortifications Doctrine? Please tell me. Please, this is even worse than the fucking Luftwaffe Doctrine. It's like at least the Luftwaffe Doctrine, you can get Fallschirmjägers and click them as a no shit button. I don't know why anybody does the fortification thing. Please tell me. Is it just a fake out? It's like I can beat you with only 2 commanders in my commander deck because I don't need to use the 3rd because it's a fucking piece of shit. Is any of this good? I've seen a Pack 43 built before. I don't know. Sometimes people like the big fuck off artillery gun, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. These folks are just being pretty bold, given that like 90% of them are outside of cover. I'm not sure this is the fight to take. They do want to focus fire these conscripts because they are the ones doing the damage, so I guess they figure you focus fire, you win. But no, that's really not what happens, especially now that this other conscript has shown up. You gotta retreat. Don't retreat that squad first! What the fuck are you doing? This, I suppose, was moved because this one's actually gonna retreat, and he didn't want to retreat this, just wanted to move it. But no, that's a bad move. You gotta be careful there. Don't lose the squad. Ultimately, it doesn't lose anything. Gets away with one guy, but... yeah, so Soviet player definitely winning this fight. Might actually lose it now that all these folks are in better positions, but yeah, can easily flank these folks who don't have any cover, and with this 3rd conscript squad showing up, it looks like it's still going to be a Soviet victory. But what a brutal fight so early in the match. German player really doesn't want to give up, doesn't want to just full-scale retreat from what is effectively their side of the map right now. This is the German side of the map. Doesn't want to retreat, but is forced to by the horrendous conscript spam. See, conscript spam is still a thing. It warms the cockles of my heart. Straight up cockle warming with all these conscripts around. I just love conscripts. KPen says you build this thing to fucking destroy the artillery piece to destroy the opponent's. Oh god, the cat knocked the okay, now I can see again. To destroy the opponent's base, I suppose. On a long skinny map like this, it seems like that's gonna be tough. But I suppose you don't pick the map before you auto match, although you can veto some maps. So German player now has the chance to come back. You can close the pocket effectively on these Soviet things. These guys are even in red cover, so they should be getting focus fire right now. They're not in red cover anymore. They've got some nice yellow cover, but not everybody can fit, so I would think of focus firing. I guess you can't really focus fire the people who can't fit behind because all the squads are mixed up. We do have really good focus fire from the Soviet player. Whoa, so they've just traded squads. We had an engineer squad on the Soviets go down, and a Focus Radio squad on the Germans go down, so that's a better trade for the Soviets, but the Soviets are still in this fight. I was thinking the supply truck was driving up to do some cover pushing, some good cover pushing outing. Remember that shit? But looks like that's not going to happen. Man, this is just... Oh, man, there's been so much blood compared to... Oh, fucking cat, stop knocking the monitor. Yeah, I can see again. Just get out of there. Cat, just... I'm pushing you off. I'm pushing you off. Move it, kitty. Alright. Okay, no, God, that really unplugged the monitor for real. Sorry, guys, I gotta step behind. I can't see anything. It's... What's happening? I can't see... Everything paused. Everything stopped making noise. What's happening? Is my monitor back? Maybe I just got an Alt-Tab? It's all a mess. It's all a mess. Okay, we're back. Thank the Lord. Whew. Looks like Soviets kept a hold of all their squads. And I can't see Twitch chat, so give me a sec to Alt-Tab. I hope this isn't fucking up the recording for the... what's it called? For YouTube. Okay, we're back. Narfwex says, in theory, the OKW LEFH range can get cartoonishly long if you manage to get to Vet 5. That's pretty fast. Yes, and it's never going to be Vet 5. Wow, so this is just a bloody... I mean, look at this. Look at the aftermath of this horrific battle. All these people dead, all this blood on the ground, all these rifles sort of frictionlessly hovering 2 inches above the battlefield. And really, you have to ask yourself, what was the point? Did we ever get anything from this? And the point was we traded a Fox Raider squad for an engineer squad. So that was cool. Soviets could be happy about that. Germans less so, especially because the Soviets have been doing better on map control. They've just pushed slightly forward. Interestingly enough, so better on map control sort of battle-wise, but if you notice the capping itself has now really swung slightly in the Germans' favor with the VP in the German favor. So the German doing a really good job despite being pushed back so far. I think the Soviet player may have overextended, may have gotten a little cocky, feeling like you're really winning this fight and you can just focus fire some people to death, and that's the path to victory. But I don't know, you know, the thing is about being so deep in enemy territory like this, it is faster for the Germans to reinforce their stuff and get up here. Oh, nice picking off that Sturm Pioneer, that's gonna hurt. It is faster for the Germans to get there and start killing you than for you to send in your reinforcements. These conscripts, notice, just finally getting here. They had to oorah up to the front, and they don't even make it there in time to reinforce this squad. So that's really unfortunate. It would have been nice to keep this squad in the fight, and even to keep the engineers in the fight. Oh, especially with the flamethrowers. That's really painful. So it looks like the 2 fresh squads will maybe be able to win this fight. Anyways, these guys are Vet 2, and these guys are really hurt. So, you know, take your pick. Now there's a... Man, what just a dynamic back and forth. Now the Germans show up with their machine gun, maybe in time to save the Volksreiter squad. I don't know. It's a little risky sticking around here so long, but now these guys are suppressed. They probably feel pretty safe, and now they're gone. And even uses... Wow, then retreats them. That's a strange move. I thought if... And he even retreats the Sturm Pioneers. It's interesting to keep them on the front lines, I suppose, to try and protect the MG34 or something, but I would have thought they'd stick around to cap. Some stuff. Man Laddie asking, does it outrange Mortar Pit? Yes. The massive fuck off. Oh, and he even went Fortifications Doctrine. Why? Tell me why. K-Pen says it gets, this thing gets vet for hitting base buildings. That's true. People talking about the artillery. Okay, so we'll have to see if it gets built. That's kind of the only point of this doctrine, because everything else sucks even worse. I don't even know, but I don't know. I'm excited it got picked. And also, K-Pen is going to be excited because Lend-Lease was picked and the DPHK came out. DSHK. I don't know why I put a P in there. I just fucking love P. I'm all about the P, guys. Just P all over me. I really like the wheels rolling noise for this thing. That is something Relic did right. Oh yeah, listen to that. That guy's walking like he's on the moon, but... And I don't mean moonwalking like Michael Jackson. I mean fucking Neil Armstrong. Or Buzz Aldrin. I'm not picky. Does anyone remember the name of the guy who didn't walk on the moon? Like, he went up with the rest of the astronauts, but his job was to keep orbiting around in the fucking thing. What? He must have drawn the short straw. Like, what a fucking nightmare to go all the way to the moon but then not get to land on it, because your job is just to sit in the thing. There's too many fights to tell what's going on. So we have a really nice flank by the Soviets right there. That MG34 is destroyed. These conscripts were diversionary, I suppose. Diversionary or prodding. These guys are a real actual attack. They don't have Molotovs or anything, so it's going to be really tough to dislodge those people. Kind of interesting that the flamethrowers went over here where there's not really any buildings you're likely to find. Given that the flamethrower could dislodge these Volksreiters from the building. Don't you fucking walk up there, cat. Don't you get back behind the monitor. Don't you goddamn cat. Get yourself out of there. Get yourself out of there. Oh, who's pinned over here? So the DSHK or whatever, really like scrambling to find a place in the world, but really doing some good damage once it gets set up in the building. Might even grab himself a folk squad. I don't know where the hell that... Oh, I guess the flame people pursued the MG34 team to the edge of the earth, but weren't able to make anything happen. These folks are still sitting pretty in their fancy little house. They've got tea and crumpets and whatever the hell else is in a sort of Russian house, I suppose. Crumpets are not likely. I don't know. They're probably some sort of Russian equivalent of crumpets. They're just not called crumpets, like how crumpets aren't even called crumpets in most parts of the world. Who's gonna win this fight? I think the conscripts are gonna win just because there's so many of them. But man, those Strim Pioneers can really pump out the damage. You might even kill the conscripts. The Fox Grenadiers come from behind. That was a big miscalculation on the Soviet part. Wonderful job from these Strim Pioneers, pushing so deep into enemy territory, getting the cutoff, making the Soviet player feel like they needed to pull back from this sort of fight right here and do something about it. But in doing so, their two conscript squads trickled in a sort of bad position, got themselves caught out, and one of them dead. The other one really hurt. That was really ugly. M5 half-track called in. Sweet. That's Lend-Lease. Right there comes with some guard assault troops, and that was there's mines, but the half track don't give a shit, so that was really ideal, I suppose. Those must have been German S mines laid down by the Strim Pioneers. Can you even do that? K-Pen says this game though brutal. Yeah. Whoa, and it's talk about double brutal. We just popped the upgrade on this thing. The I don't know. It's the 50 cal, the quad 50 cal. I suppose it's a quad 50 cal, right? It's 50 cal. It's a quad 50 cal. Known affectionately as the meat chopper. Meat chopping. Oh, this is gonna get ugly. Whew, you hate to see that. What's the we do have our converter out, but it just got built, so it's coming in from off map. It's too little, too late for these guys. Luckily, there's a Faust, but this is the United States. Oh no, it's not the United States. You can't just hop out of the thing and repair it. This is Lend-Lease on Lend-Lease from the United States, but not a legit United States thing, so we need the combat engineers to come and repair it. They're pretty close by, actually, and this is just, oh god, you hate to see this. This fucking cat is still here. Move behind out of the monitor. Why do you like it so there so much? What is good there? It's probably warm. So this is just evil. This is just evil. Our vehicle is under, what is he, what is, oh, there are mines. Wow. I mean, this is just really good from the Soviet player. I suppose half lucky, half good. You can see, obviously, the mine things, but this is the perfect minesweeper because it doesn't give a shit, and it goes really fast, and it just blows them up impressively. May even earn vet for driving over mines. Hell if I know. Michael Collins, FYI, Narfwak says, the Apollo 11 guy. Yeah, good old Michael Collins. Drew the short straw. Looks like recruiting the MG-34 is costing the Soviets dearly in manpower. It isn't killed by the mine on the retreat. That's really lucky. These guys aren't killed. That's really lucky. This MG worth its weight in gold at this point by buying time, not by getting kills. Although it does have lots of kills. It's about to earn Vet 1, unlock Sprint. That doesn't seem like the most helpful thing you can earn as a machine gun, but who am I to argue? What's over here? Oh wow, these guys are hanging out in a building, which is interesting. They've got the short-range guns, obviously, so you want to be as close as possible. The thing is, you can just hop out of the building when you... Oh, this is gonna get ugly. This has just been one of the ugliest games I've seen in a long time. Wow, oof, oof. And just gotta pull out there when these Vet 2 Sturm Pioneers and Vet 2 Fox Raiders roll up and take so much damage on the retreat, but since they didn't lose too many models, they'll just get healed up back by the medic. Oh god, you don't want your Fox Raiders caught this far out by the 50 cal. Does Vet 2 is when you get the... no, you don't get armor at Vet 2, you get armor at Vet 1, and then Vet 3 is when they get the healing out. I think he must have seen that getting built, surely. So we'll see if the German player falls for that. Maybe actually didn't see it because he was busy looking somewhere else, but definitely could have seen it, I suppose. Yeah, so the 50 cal obviously really good at catching your enemy out sort of far from base because you can chase them back. It's got really good speed, as you notice, and it'll even suppress them so they can't stick around for a little while to do anything when you catch them. And it's not only is it very fast for chasing, it's very fast for repositioning. So just out of the blue, you can find yourself with this half-track on your hands. Improves mobility and reinforcement radius. Battle-hardened cruise increased sight and reinforcement radius. Override. Can you reinforce when you pop the 50 cal? Can no longer transport soldiers. I don't know. Maybe chat will tell me. Maybe Twitch chat will tell me. And finally, we have the Panzer II. So this could be what it takes. Where's the Raket? There it is. Getting some good hits off. So this could be the Germans clawing their way back in. We have a fight down here. Kind of want to keep my eye on that because that thing might blow up. Clearly, the German player did not see it getting laid. This is scary. Really odd. Don't want to see the Panzer II get blown up by the jetpack. That would be impressive. The fucking cat is back. that I can still see for now. Wow, there's just too much shit going on. Nice flank from the Volksgrenadiers. It's impressive they managed to get so close, given that they have to walk into and maybe even cross red cover. The fucking Kettenwerfer just gives up. They're like, clearly nobody's falling for our trap, our carefully laid trap where we sit stationary in front of a machine gun for 20 minutes and just hope against hope that the half-track drives into our field of fire. It turns out not to have been an effective tactic. We have lost a machine gun crew. I guess the DSHK decrewed by these guys who don't even give a shit about it. And are we going to see some Volksgrenadiers grab that thing? Do we have any in the building over here? No, we don't. That's a machine gun in the building. So maybe these Volksgrenadiers are coming up to take it. That would be really good to grab it, because obviously our opponent has a lot of infantry. And look at this shit. Really surprised to see the Soviet going so all in with the infantry like this. This is really asking to get yourself cut off, at least by the Panzer II, which for now is just trying to kill this squad on the retreat. This is a very bold move. You have no way of knowing your opponent doesn't have any AT waiting in the wings, but it turns out to pay off. How much, Jesus, are you going to float? Manpower and fuel, and it's just 3 CPs and Shermans come out Craigasm, says K-Pan. That's true. That's the reason to float. I should not be so overbold. But yeah, this is really scary. All the Soviet infantry is behind enemy lines, and there's this Panzer II roaming around. I don't know why it's not going for the cutoff. Why are you not trying to close the pocket on these guys? What are you worried about here? It's really unfortunate getting your Kettenwerfer cut out. The German player really going far deep into enemy territory. I guess wants to make this cutoff secure. And it's like, I don't give a fuck about all those Soviet infantry behind lines. I just want to set up at the cutoff and I'll deal with them as they come. That could have actually been a sort of like sweet reverse flank sort of thing. The Germans set up on the cutoff and then the Soviets come from deep in enemy lines and just nail them. But it looks like the Soviet player was too busy trying to, hey, look, it's a cat. Too busy trying to just get out of that ugly situation, which is what they should have been doing, because they thought the German player was going to exploit it. They didn't, but you know, they could have. 1 CP till the Shermans, and it's just it looks like it's going to be the Shermans that are going to be dealing with the Panzer II, because we don't have any teching at all from the Soviet player, and yeah, you don't get to drop a AT gun or anything. I guess I was making that up. It's an American ability or something. Finally, Soviet player taking their cutoff back. The Kettenwerfer must have been owning up the AT. Maybe there was mines. I don't know what was shooting the half-track. Where's the Kettenwerfer? All the way back here. So no, it didn't manage to make it back there. Here comes the Panzer II. It doesn't have anything to worry about again, so it's maybe going to kill the half-track. It doesn't have, I guess it has AT grenades to worry about, but there's nothing else. These guys don't have AT grenades, so that conscript squad is blown its load. The DSHK has turned on its masters and is now owning up these infantry. I don't know why the Soviet player is hanging around here. This just seems like a losing proposition. Waiting for the AT grenade to cool down and nail this thing again. I don't know. Trying to get up to 10 CPs by losing some people. I don't know. Kind of a weird thing here. Nice incendiary going in, burning out this Maxim. It's being shot blocked. So Vet 4, Volksgrenadiers. Oh god, now it's kicking in. Where will you be when the flames kick in? And Soviet player has been cut off for so long. Really having the left-hand side of the map has not been getting much, because it doesn't extend all the way to the fuel. So German player looking pretty good in terms of fuel income. Soviet player has managed to bank a lot of fuel, but not able to get a lot of fuel. The fuel income less than half the German thing. Panzer II has been just out here unrepaired the entire time, because these people are busy repairing. Oh no, they're building a Pak 43. Okay, so that's why this doctrine was chosen. We have now reached the only part in the game so far where this doctrine has done a single fucking thing for the German player, and it hasn't even, wow, I was just about to say it hasn't even actually done anything. It's just let him build a thing, but that just paid for itself. I don't know if it actually paid for itself. It did unlock the CPs needed for the Sherman, so it's kind of counterproductive. We can't check how much it costs to build. I think it's pretty expensive. Anyways, the Sherman is bold, Axis bold as love, or Allies bold as love, because you know, there's a Pak 43 right here, and so the plan, I guess, is to knock out the Panzer II and then circle straight the 43. I don't know. This is a delicate dance here. The 43 now does not have sight of the Sherman, so it's safe. The Sherman, I mean. Man, wow! What in the snap of an instant, the click of an eye, the entire shape of the battlefield has been changed because we have this brutal mobile thing. The Panzer II is dead. We have this brutal mobile Sherman, and we have this sort of bastion, this AT gun that you really don't want to get your Sherman shot by because that's gonna knock you out in like 2 shots. But now we have another 2 Shermans. Narflex says they're really expensive. Is gonna have to do that a couple more times. Yeah. Wow. There's just so many Shermans. This Raketenwerfer. Oh, this could get so bad. It's revealed. Does the German player realize that if something's... Oh, well, too late. It's an academic question now. So there's a trick. If your cloaked thing ever gets revealed out of the middle of nowhere, it's because it just walked near an enemy mine. And if the mine hasn't blown up, then clearly it's a det pack. And so there's your tip of the day. Get the fuck out of there if something decloaks your Raketen out of nowhere. K-Pen says, 3rd Sherman and bum rush the pack, then wrecked all the infantry. He can drop the fuel and get more tanks lol. Yeah, this supply drop thing is kind of a mess. Maybe wants to save the munitions for these sweet Sherman upguns on the top. They're not cheap 16 munitions to put that thing on the top, but it's pretty cool. It's always cool to have a guy hanging out on top. Check it. His hands are vibrating, but the gun is not, so he's just like phasing in and out of the gun handles like some weirdo. We have a engineer squad built to be able to repair this thing. Who's doing the repairs right now? Conscript's able to repair. Because that comes with Lend-Lease, of course. Just for whatever goddamn reason. Narfrex says, yeah, to be honest, if he just rushes the pack, he'll trade ahead even with no micro. I mean, you guys are making it sound pretty easy. The thing is, your opponent's got infantry like all the fuck around here, right? So they'll see you coming. This is wide open. So if the pack is at all facing like even broadly in your direction, it's going to get a couple shots in. That's enough to pretty much put a Sherman out of commission along with the Raketens, which are God knows where because they're cloaked. And then, so that's enough to pretty much put a Sherman dead. And they really don't have the armor to do a lot of stuff. And it's not an easy circle strafe target is the thing. You can't circle strafe it because there's a big fuck off hedge right there. And if your opponent's got the hedge covered over here with Raketenwerfers, there's just no way around it. You're not circle strafing it at all. So I think really the plan has to be to come in from the right. But obviously the problem with that is that that's where the German is sort of... They've got the map control. They don't have all their defenses there, so that's, again, I think where you need to push. But it's not an easy place to drive through. There's all these buildings and things, and who knows where the Raketenwerfers are. You'll certainly be spotted is the issue. You'll be spotted coming in, and it'll give the opponent time. So it looks like the United States player for now is just playing ignore the Pac 43. Just do as well as you can without bothering with it, and I think that's also a good choice. Narflex says, I didn't realize he had 3 Werfers. That'll make it tricky, only half ping. I mean, even without actually having the Raketenwerfers, you gotta assume there's some cloaked somewhere. You sort of don't know where they are. Your opponents had time to build them, so chances are there's Raketenwerfers like waiting in the wings. And that just makes it really risky to drive up to this thing in a fucking wide open field. Because who knows, are they set up so that they'll get some shots on you as you approach, which combined with the Pac 43 picks off your Shermans? Are they set up so that they're not going to get shots on you when you approach, that only the Pac 43 gets the shots on you when you approach, but when you circle strafe, they start hitting you? Like, either way, chances are you're going to lose some Shermans before you know what's up. And then the sort of easy, oh look, I've got 3 Shermans, I can just bum rush you and trade beneficially, turns into like, oh, I have 2 Shermans and now this is kind of painful. It turns into 1 Sherman because it's just a fucking hard place to circle strafe in the first place. It could easily turn into a nightmare. So I think caution is very much something that we can understand the American or the Soviet player going for. And it's just a really tough thing to play into. Wow, that with flame grenade turns out to have been an unfortunate choice on the Volksvertier's part because they just committed suicide. Look at these. Look at these. They're asking for it. They're asking for something. I don't know what they're asking for, but they're asking for it badly. They just want it so much. They want it so bad. Oof. And the Soviet player has still been cut off the entire time. For those keeping score at home. Do you hear the cats? Can you hear the cats? They want dinner, I think. What time is it? It's not even your dinner time. But this guy, this cat always wants food. That's just his thing. That's like his personality trait. DSHK 38, whatever. Oh, what? Why did my fucking computer freeze for a second? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is a fight for the centuries. Oh, you cheated. You threw a grenade. Luckily, they dodged it a bit, so. Man, that's over. Wow, I wasn't expecting the Sherm Pioneers to get away from that. These guys are like, it's like synchronized swimmers or something. It's very graceful. It's like a flock of Rakettenwerfers just all executing perfect, cute little turns. Did you say Dishka? Is that what they called them? I guess that makes sense. They called them Dishka. Delicious Dishka. I just want a big Dishka of, wow, I love the prophylactic Molotov to stop anybody from recrewing the Dishka, as I've now learned. They're called, and you're getting burned, you're getting barbecued. There's a lot of flames here, and not all of them are healthy. In fact, they're all unhealthy, and these guys just have to retreat. I don't really know why the German is fighting so much in this area of the map. Just take the cutoff is what I suggest. Take the cutoff, plant your AT guns here in the wide open field. The Shermans try anything, they'll get fucking destroyed. I suppose the German wants these machine guns, but so does the Soviets, so that's why they're fighting, maybe. K-Pen says, shut up, cat. That's not nice. Machine gun has been taken. Where's it facing? Oh, it's facing in the perfect spot. I don't know if those Volksradios realized they were in the arc. Now they're outside the arc, so that's good. But they're already pinned. That is ridiculous. I don't understand why a machine gun should have that pinning power. Maybe this thing was also firing at them, but I don't think so because it's firing at these things and they're pinned. And it's just, these Dishkas seem like they're pretty good dishes, if you know what I mean. They're a top dish, and they're just trading hands like whores. They'll go to the highest bidder, and by highest bidder I mean whoever can decrew it and kill it. This is suddenly looking really bad for the Germans. Everything's been pushed off because there's been these weird assaults. I don't know what the plan has been. I guess there are enough Rakettenwerfers to live through this, but you're exposed. And now the Soviet player is the cutoff, which kind of matters less because it's only really the fuel, but still matters quite a bit because it's the fuel. German players got a lot of fuel floating, but because it's got this stupid fucking doctrine, can't call in any cool tanks or whatever, which is really the best thing about fuel. And now we have another Sherman. So we're up to 4. Maybe that'll be the bum rush number. But now these things are on the right. So, well, I guess actually now the left is safe for the Soviets. So this is the time when you can actually bum rush this thing. When you've pushed off the Rakettenwerfers so much that you feel pretty safe sort of in this field. That means they don't have sight, and you can get your Sherman's approach pretty easy, pretty happily, pretty handily. And if I were the Soviets, I'd be sort of select all these things, right click right here, and hope for the best. German player anticipating this, getting some sneaky Rakettenwerfers, not even cloaked, moving around the side. German player, I'm sure, is sweating bullets. It's like just any moment down, fucking Shermans are gonna drive straight up my ass. Wow, what a pick. I mean, it's really feeling the pressure of this Soviet infantry, especially the MGs, because that's what the Panzer II is for. And here we go, the Charge of the Left Brigade. So this is what I was worried about. The Rakettenwerfers are here. You don't know where they are until you charge in. Instantly, effectively, a Sherman is dead. 2 Shermans are dead. The other 2 are now on circle strafe duty, but there's this big fuck-off hedge, so you can't circle strafe. They have to park here, get some damage in on the thing. The thing is dead, but at what cost are the Shermans going to make it out? This one, at least, is looking bad. These guys are suppressed. Nice job moving this thing up. Surprisingly, Rakettenwerfers get effectively no shots off until just now. Picking that guy off. Another shot. That Sherman's almost dead. So this is what happens. He charged the front. Lol, says K-Pen. What the fuck are you going to charge? There is no back on this thing. You can't go around this way, and you can't go around this way, and so of course you charge the front. And all the Shermans are dead. Yeah, I mean, look, you can criticize that, but this is not an easy position to attack, guys. You can recruit that. Strange. Look, it's not an easy position to attack. You really can't go around this way, because who knows what's here. You can get just fucking destroyed, and if this thing turns around, it'll just shoot you. You can't go around, I mean, you can go around this way. This is actually what I suggested, but there were just a bunch of AT guns there. This was the safest way, I think. He just got killed. K-Pen says throws for days. I don't know. I don't know, like... I think attacking into that thing was just throwing it no matter what. Like, you just got to get lucky with your opponent's Rakettenwerfer placement or something if you want to make that thing work. Soviet player did not get lucky with the Rakettenwerfer placement. All the Shermans died. As Nerfwack pointed out, well, then you called that one pretty well, Tycho. I fucking predicted it! So, yeah, it's just not an easy way to get those Shermans in there, is what I'm saying. I don't know, where would you have attacked, K-Pen? Go through this corridor? Lord knows what's there. There could be a fucking teller mine there that'd end your trip right quick. Who knows? Who knows? It's just bad to attack into. All this stuff is fucking dying. Ugh. Ugh. This has been one of the most brutal matches I've seen since the last one. The last brutal match. Don't remember the last brutal match, but yeah, so at this point it's looking good for the Soviets. I feel weird saying that because all the Shermans just fucking died. We'd called on one of these new tracks just regressing to a sort of infantile state where we're pretending as if we only have, I don't know, what, 6 or 7 CPs that you need to call this rather than the 24 that we have to fully call in. The Sherman Soviet just finally has had this fuel for a bit in the back. Oof, these guys disgorge themselves from the half track. Gonna wipe out this MG. The Germans like riding high on the hog after killing all those Shermans, but it's kind of too late because you've gotten your ass kicked up and down this map. The Soviets have control of pretty much everything that's important, and you poured so much into the Rakettenwerfers to kill all those Shermans that without, like, you don't have anything to hold up to the Soviet MG horde except the Panzer II. You rebuilt the Panzer II, which is actually a pretty good choice. So we'll see. We'll see. Panzer II is here to save the day, killing that squad of motherfuckers who lasted for quite a while. And now the machine gun's entirely pushed off by the Panzer II, so this is, you know, it's never too late to build a Panzer II. You do have to worry about the Sherman coming back, because this is not too much fuel away. Really, less than 1 minute's income to get this thing back, although with the Pak-43 recruit and still one Rakettenwerfer in operation, another one recruitable. I wonder where the other ones went. Oh, there's another one recruitable. So yeah, German players still totally in this if the Panzer II can do some exciting stuff. Another Panzer II with the Twitch chat emote where the guy's holding his head is like, what the fuck? I mean, I don't know, man. It's exactly what it's entirely impervious to everything the Soviets have. Literally everything the Soviets have right now cannot scratch the Panzer II with the exception of conscript AT grenades. The biggest headache right now is these fucking machine guns all over the map. The Panzer II does not give a shit about the AT guns, or the machine guns. Obviously, once the Sherman comes in, you're kind of in trouble, but let's be honest, the thing you're going to use to deal with the Shermans is the Rakettenwerfers from the Pak-43, so it's, you know, the Panzer II just has to hang out near them. Really nice Soviet assault right here, though. It's perfectly timed with the Shermans. The infantry moving up, they're just like, you know what, there's a Panzer II which technically can kill us, but we don't care. Our job right now is to decrew the Panzer II, decrew the Pak-43, make the world safe for Shermans, and that's exactly what they did, and that was a really good assault by the Soviets. That was what you needed. That was get that AT off the field, because that AT is what's keeping the German players safe from the Sherman, and that was game over for the Germans. So yeah, last gasp. Really needed to do a better job securing those Rakettenwerfers, getting them in a position back here to back this thing up, and then even then I'm not sure that he had enough infantry to stop that Soviet assault right at the end. So this was the key climactic assault, the infantry push that made the world safe for the Sherman, and then the Sherman can kill everything, so including the Panzer II, which the last hopes of the German player were pinned on. What a wonderful game. I really enjoyed that. And did you people enjoy the charge of the Light Brigade right there when those 4 Shermans went in? I thought that was really exciting. There was so much brutal combat from the very beginning. I couldn't have enjoyed that more. Evil Turble says rip guards, Puggy says and I say stop recording.